Hey everybody, it's Never, and I'm up here in Storm Peaks in the wee hours of the morning to tell you something. That the Night Elves have got it all wrong. Okay, so you'll hear the Night Elves and a bunch of Night Elf friends and stuff talk about how Malfurion was the first Druid, and he's like the king of all Druids or whatever, and Cenarius, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little something. See, Druids started off when, so there is this goddess named Elune. Everybody's probably heard of her. You know, she's got that scythe and everything. Then there was this stag guy named Malorn, and you know, he probably looked kind of like stag form, but like really cool and stuff. You can see him in Hyjal. Anyway, there was this one time when that stag totally banged Elune, and because of that, Cenarius was born. Now, I didn't make this up. It's really strange, but I didn't make it up. So anyway, there's Cenarius. And Cenarius, well, the rumors say that he taught Malfurion to be a druid like 10,000 years ago, and then druids came from there. And then a little while after that, Hamol Roomtotem became a druid. Well, it turns out that that's just not even true at all. I mean, it's true, it happened, but that's not all of it, because of this guy. So up here in Storm Peaks, you can see where I am, Camp Tunkalo. This dude, he tells it like it is. Let's talk to him.
Hail.
He says, "Ah yes, I've read of you, Neversage." Of course he has. "Tell me of yourself, Zarantor. Why are you called the Witness?" And he says, "I was one of the first Tauren Druids." "Oh, well that's interesting. You would be alive today, that's pretty understandable. Of the last generation taught by Shando Cenarius, before the Legion, before the Sundering, when the world was still young, before everything changed." Well, now hold on just a minute. That doesn't sound like Hamol Roomtotem time, does it? He says, "While my brethren hunted great beasts, I hunted stories. I had been drawn to the druidic arts by this hunger. This lust for knowledge for a time, that hunger was sated as I learned to talk to the trees, rocks, and beasts and hear their stories." So he does sound kind of crazy, but let's keep going. "But then the time came when Cenarius walked among us no more, and my brethren began to forget what he had taught us. I could not forget, though, and I still needed to learn more about our world. So I said my farewells and traveled beyond the lands of my people. I wandered for the rest of my natural life in search of knowledge, seeing more wonder and meeting more strange and mysterious races than any of my people before me. I traveled across the length and breadth of ancient Kalimdor until there was no more to see, no new lands across the horizon. Yet there was still so much I did not know, and as I felt my final journey approaching, and I wept for the things I would never know. As I fell, my life at an end, that is when they found me. The bronze dragonflight. They snatched me from the brink of death and took me before their master, Nozdormu. He said they had been watching me and wanted me to continue my hunt. He granted me immortality as a watcher, tasked to bear witness to the history of Azeroth as one of his agents. I am Zarantor the Witness, and it is my duty to preserve the true history of Azeroth, lest it be forgotten." Okay, so this guy's the real deal. Now, you take a look at this. He's got this staff here, okay? I want you to remember that. But he's also got this thing over here. This is called the Lore Hammer. See, if you hover over it, it says Lore Hammer. And so these two things, these items given to him by Nozdormu, one of the dragon aspects, the timeless one, you know, Father Time in WoW time terms, those two things grant him the ability to know when someone's speaking the truth and to see the past of Azeroth as it actually happened. And so by his own account, which we can assume is true because of the nature of the Lore Hammer, and we can see that he can tell what happened whether he was there or not, he says that he was one of the first druids that was taught by Cenarius. Now let's go back to what he said. He said, before the Legion, before the Sundering, when the world was still young, before everything changed. Okay, so here's my point, you guys, that Tauren Druids are the Druid master race, because Tauren Druids predate Night Elves. Now, I don't just mean that they predate when that whole thing happened with Cenarius and Malorn and then teaching Malfurion and all that stuff. Oh no. I'm saying that they predate Night Elves as a race. That's right. Tauren were Druids before the Night Elves even existed. Also, and here's the thing the Night Elves really don't want you to know. They evolved from trolls. Okay, thanks, bye.